Let's finish it.
What are the things that people need to understand before they go into that office so that they have some firepower and have some type of knowledge and making sure that, okay, is this guy really telling me the truth?
Besides Dr. Google, trust your heart. If it doesn't make sense, it probably doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But you brought up a point earlier. So chiropractor and everything, and then surgeon, where do you line that spectrum? This is exactly it. You know, the point of engagement for healing and health is what it is. But what I provide is, well, I'm board certified in electrophysiologic medicine, as a lot of physiatrists are, nerve studies. So we can sit there and figure out exactly what's happening physiologically and then get a better non-surgical plan.
When you say physiologically, you mean movement patterns?
Not just movement patterns. If there's a neurologic deficiency, if you have...
So name a neurological deficiency.
Like a cubital tunnel, because we're talking about upper extremities. Let's talk about cubital tunnel syndrome, what people get into Tommy John surgery for, okay? And so why does that occur? There's a reason why it occurs. There's a way to train people not to. Now, if you write in your script, evaluate and treat as an orthopedic surgeon, you better be hoping you got somebody that's great. And not all people are equally trained or have the same theories. And so having a more precise non-surgical program will yield a better result. Not only that, it will yield a more empowered client. They will then navigate the hoo-ha and say, that don't make sense. How is that changing the stress to my elbow? And they'll be able to look through and navigate themselves better. So I think physiatry provides, or at least my practice, the way we do, we empower people through, here's how your body's working. Here's what you want to do. You tell me you want this. Here's why you can't do it right now. And we just objectify it.
Do you think it's because the words are pretty complicated? Like, I mean, physiatry. I didn't know what physiatry was until I started.
I think that's the main problem. Even primary cares don't know physiatry. And so a primary care has somebody come in, they injured their knee, they injured their shoulder, they automatically send them to ortho. Mm-hmm. Nobody knows about physiatry, which is really the first place, especially young kids and athletes should start, because like he will share later, anatomy doesn't equal physiology.
Right.
Why did the rotator cuff tear occur? You can surgerize it, but figure out why it happened, or you're going to be predisposed to have it happen again.
Well, and that's why I like chiropractors.
Like Tarasenko's shoulder, again.
Yeah. Because like I really love chiropractors because they seem like they take a more holistic approach.
That's it. You know what? And that stems from the osteopathic principle as well. That's one of the tenets of philosophy is osteopathy.
Osteopathic.
Right.
Explain.
Osteopathy. Doctors of osteopathy. American product. Northeast Missouri, born in Kirksville by A.T. Still, MD surgeon, deeply spiritual guy. Anyways, long story short, come to find out that he felt in God's infinite wisdom the body could heal, and all we're doing is imposing ourselves on it. Civil War medicine at that time, hardly scientific.
So we're talking Civil War type of time frame in Kirksville, Missouri?
Yes.
No way.
Oh, Samuel Clemens was one of his clients. He became super famous. It was osteopathy grew like crazy, and that's a whole different topic. And then Palmer was a fella going up down 63, going up to the Quad Cities and selling his wares, and it's a very romantic story.
So you're saying that it's the belief that the body can heal itself.
And there is a way a body dysfunctions, and when the body is not in balance, there are restrictions that occur that prevent lymphatic flow, that take away waste products, that constrict neurovascular bundles, things that deliver nutrients, and there's other things that can occur physiologically, mechanically, that can further these constrictions that then set the stage for potential disease and dysfunction. And so a balanced body is everything. And so this is the basis, a balanced approach to everything's important. We're osteopaths. We're not against surgery. We're not against medicines, but things need to be utilized in an appropriate fashion.
You think
don't treat an MRI, man. Treat a physical exam.
The best way to think about it is that the surgery is putting the cart before the horse. Is that you say surgery right away?
Well, here's what I get. Here's what I'm saying. I get a lot of people from around the world, friends and other people, is like, here's the MRI. Do you think I should go do the surgery?
Yeah.
And I go, I cannot endorse anything. That's a very personal question. Surgeries are not without risk. If I can't feel it and examine it, I can't give an opinion. I just can't. And I think that's why we fail. If you look at the statistics, us against the next 7 developed Western world, our outcomes for spine surgery and orthopedics is awful because we treat MRIs. We do, oh, there's a meniscus tear. But are they falling? Is it symptomatic? Because, as you know, because you know me personally, I've got nothing, man. But I do great. You wouldn't know it. So I think we're overwhelmed with treating physiology and trying to make everyone straight and make every knee look whatever or clean it up instead of just focusing on function and maximizing mechanics, saying what are the weight-bearing forces going through that joint?
Yeah.
Is this person accommodating it? Are they substituting? That's where the finesse of real sports medicine and managing problems occur. And I don't think it's being attended to. I can't tell you how many people, after their great surgery from whatever, wherever, they re-injure. They re-injure because there is a finesse to rehabbing and the way you look at how a body works. And like my chiropractic brothers, we look at bodies in chains. Like today, we're going to talk about upper extremities. Upper extremities is not just your shoulder, man. It's your neck, your shoulder, your elbow, your wrist, your hand. It's a chain. And if one link in that chain is not functioning well, you don't have to think. The body's going to adjust on its own. That's God-given. It's just innate. The body will adjust, like my spinal cord patients. They get it done. An area becomes really tight and restrictive. It serves as a way for them to walk again because now they got this restriction they can walk with.
Well, it's gonna draw from if you're wanting a result. So say if I'm throwing 95 miles an hour, and something goes wrong where I'm either tight in certain areas before I throw, it's gonna basically recruit different body parts. That's the whole thing with this whole spider tack thing where I need to grab the baseball. If it slips out of my hand, I have more tightness in my forearm because I can't grab onto the ball. Like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with what's going on with Major League Baseball.
I'm going through it with my niece right now.
Yeah.
And she pitches. She's at college. She's got a scholarship. And I'm going through it right now. And she's got an ulnar nerve. There are so many things. And my point, Spiker, is if you work in a way to where people... You know, like medicine has got so subdivided. Oh, I'm a shoulder ortho. I'm an elbow ortho. I'm a wrist ortho. You know, it's gotten so subdivided. Well, and the same thing's happening in training.
Would you say it's niche? It's too niche?
Yes. I absolutely believe that. I believe people have lost finesse of looking at the entire kinetic chain because hyper-specialization. No question.
Yeah, I would almost agree with that. Yeah.
I defy anybody to say I'm wrong.
So then... I can't say you're wrong because I don't have the knowledge base you do.
No, your audience.
I can make this conversation super interesting. I disagree with you.
The one thing I think it's important to go back to your initial question was DO versus MD. And I think people fail to realize that DOs get full MD training. Plus they get additional training in manual medicine. So it's not something lesser. For whatever reason, there's been a misnomer out here that DOs are lesser than MDs. It's not true.
DOs. Explain DOs. What?
Doctor of osteopathy.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure.
So the initials DO versus MD.
Okay, perfect. Catch new episodes of The Closing Pitch on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and watch it on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to get notified of future episodes by setting notifications to all, and check out our website, rawlingstigers.com, for club baseball and softball information.